That music is being played by Eugene Sofertis, a Russian concert pianist who lives in London. This story is about Eugene and about his son. We cannot give Eugene's real name, because Eugene Sofertis is his concert name, because we cannot identify his son. Should we identify his son, we would be risking imprisonment. This story is about Eugene's battle to get his son back out of foster care, into which he has been recently placed. The son is 13 years of age. The son's mother, we'll call the son Jay for now, and Jay's mother does not feature in the story because she has not been involved in his life since he was a baby. The main protagonists in the story are Eugene, and here's a picture of Eugene in his happier days when he was a rising star, winning awards for his piano playing. Here he is later on in a Russia Today documentary during his fight for his battle to get his son back. And here he is once more in much happier times, sitting with his son, playing the piano. I am standing on top of Keelty Mountain in County Wexford in Ireland, and the connection is that it is here to Ireland and quite near to this mountain that Eugene wanted to flee here, as many other British families are fleeing from social services to stop his child being taken. We have seen the defendants in the story. Now let's take a look at the prosecution.
They feel threatened.
How's that? We ain't spoke to anyone, mate. It's all being videoed, mate. It's all on. Well,
this individual and his social worker staff have the power to not only to take Eugene's child, but to take any other child of any family within their jurisdiction in the United Kingdom. They also have power over the staff in the labour ward in the hospital to take babies at birth. They have the power over the police to come and seize children. They've got power over the psychiatrists whom they employ to write reports, damning reports, which cause children to be taken from their parents. And they even have power over the judges in the secret family courts. This is a critical element in the story. The first report was commissioned by Medway from a Dr. Celeste Van Ryan, and it was quite damning against Eugene. My expert advisor and I made 47 critical comments on this Van Ryan report. They can be seen here. Later, in a separate case, a judge severely criticised another Van Ryan report which recommended the taking of a child. The second time Jay was taken, the judge quoted another psychiatric report. My expert and I produced another highly critical review of this with over 100 critical comments. The review can be seen here. I have set up a special website inviting honourable members of the psychological psychiatric professions to stand up and be counted, and to look at the critiques of these two reports, which were used to remove this man's son. And I'm also inviting the profession, including the British Psychology Society, to ask if its own published standards are not being breached by its professionals, acting as paid experts for the prosecution in the family courts. One of the reasons given why Eugene's son was put into care, the first time he was put into care, when he was 11, was that a boy next door had climbed over the wall to play with him in the back garden when Eugene was away on a summer day, and using a magnifying glass they had set the shed on fire. Now there were many other reasons given, none of which I believe were serious. because I believe the main reason that he was taken was because of Eugene's behaviour in making protests and going public and going on BBC and going on Russia Today and telling his story to the world. Here is Eugene protesting outside Medway offices.
Innocent child in the foster care. Shame on you, Medway Children's Services. My child cannot make a phone call. He can't send email. I don't know where my child lives. I can't write him a letter.
Here is one of his many banners. And here he is appealing to a European Parliament Petitions Committee. Even this action of appealing to Europe was used against him.
This is probably an issue that is among the most difficult that we have to handle altogether, because it's about children, it's about our future, it's about human life and human suffering. Probably one of the most difficult issues that we are tackling in this committee, and we need to do it carefully, and we need to do it with our brain cool, but our hearts warm. And this is the tricky part. I think that we should now move on to the next item, and we have with us, you're here on behalf of, and we will have a statement by video. So I think I will open the floor now to Mr. Lukanenko-Soifertis.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'm much grateful to petition committee members for giving me a chance to talk to you. I'm Dutch national by Russian origin. I'm Jewish. My religion is Judaism. First of all, I want to refer, as a member said, about child protection and about reaction of British authorities. I have in front of me an injunction which says, upon father informing the court that he plans to travel to Brussels, where his petition is to be mentioned on 11th of November, it's ordered that father be forbidden from disclosing any information or evidence from this case and case number this to any third party. Father be forbidden to information which might lead to his son identification. Father be forbidden from disclosing any information.
Over the 2 years that I'm speaking about, 370 families have contacted me from the United Kingdom looking for help or advice. And of those, 65 families have come here, fled here with their children to Ireland to join hundreds already here. These families are now all over Ireland, but they're beginning to cluster here in South Wexford. Some are across in Waterford City, some behind me in New Ross, and some near where I live near Wexford town. Children are growing up here and going into senior school and going on eventually will go on to university and living here quite happily. And someday it's going to be asked, why did these children have to flee to Ireland? Why could they not have stayed in the United Kingdom? And why can they not go back to see their grandparents until they're 18 years of age? Indeed, that's a question I would very much like to put to the British ambassador here and say to him, on behalf of all these hundreds of British children now living in Ireland, would it be possible that they could go back to see their grandparents before they're 18 and not be seized by the child protection system?
The regulatory body Ofsted has written a damning report on Medway, calling its child protection services inadequate. One person with the power to let Jay go home to his father is Barbara Peacock, the Director of Children and Adult Services at Medway Council. So Eugene has been trying to appeal to her. When Eugene saw her on ITV News, he was filled with hope and appealed to her. So far, he has had no response.
As this documentary was being made, Eugene was preparing to go on public hunger strike in London.
That they feel threatened.
How's that? We ain't spoke to anyone, mate. It's all being videoed, mate. It's all on.
Can I stop you here,
Well,
please? Okay? My witness was always with me. Okay?
We have to choose. Who knows best how to look after children? Is it the state or the parents?
you.